I know it looks rough, but this thing has so much history. This is my brother's truck, Manuel. You know, we lost him a few years back, and this was his project. You think I'm crazy, look at his stuff.
So you're saying that the kind of craziness runs in the family. You're not the only one with the affliction. This thing is weird.
My brother started the craziness, and we're gonna finish the craziness.
I guess Manny was going for some kind of like ultimate tailgate party vehicle, and Victor wants to run with that concept, but I don't know what that means. I definitely get the front, classic 50s Chevy pickup, but really don't understand what's going on here. It's like, it looks like two different really developed projects, and obviously somebody converted it to dual rear axles. I see it's got a front clip under the front, but this looks like some kind of skateboard ramp or something.
Hey, a truck is a truck is a truck. This is, I don't know what it is, but let's turn it back into a truck and make a bed in the back.
So that's a different concept. I wasn't getting that. But if you're talking about putting it back into a pickup truck, that makes all the sense in the world.
Don't look at it the way it is now. Look at it as us changing it into the ultimate party vehicle.
Party barge.
Yes.
Now we're getting somewhere. First mode of operation is to always just stand back and get an impression. You know, do I like it or do I don't like it? Here's where the plot thickens. If your fender is matching the fender on the truck, you'd see the hood height is pretty radically different, as well as a host of other things. Mating these two pieces together is going to be a major issue. You know, I'm not disputing my original statement, but just look at this. The effort is going to be well worth it. That's the hard part, you know. The viewing audience may not see what Victor and I see by just sticking that nose on there. They'll be like, what? I'm like, no way, whatever it takes. Look at that. Seeing all the parts lying around separate, you know, it's one thing. The concept's another. Getting things kind of squared off and, you know, visualizing if it's possible, you know, now I'm convinced I'm going all the way. You know, it's definitely got the look. I could see it. I don't know if anyone else can, but it's just gonna take a bunch of cutting. First step is to bop this fender back into some usable state. It's totally out of shape, so I'm just gonna do a quick slam and bang with the hammer and then see how it fits with the wheelbase on this. It's the old log technique. I've yet to try it, but rumors are it yields good results. Back in the day, before there was all these fancy tools, sometimes you would run your car into a tree and dent it, right? What you didn't know is that the saving grace could be in the tree you collided with. It's times like this when I dig deep into my bag of tricks. See? That's the beauty of old cars. This isn't perfect, but definitely closer to looking like a fender. Look at that. Where'd the dent go? I don't see it. So you can see if that tire is centered in the fender as it's supposed to be, it's way out of shape. My plan is to get this fender oriented with the front wheel and then build the rest of the nose around that. The whole setup with this fender placement is stance. You want the thing to look low, custom, a harmonious balance, if you will. Look at this. Look at this crunch. Look at this crunch. And when you stand here looking down on it, now that it's on a level floor, it's like this. The bottom of this nose is smashed beyond repair. I'm just gonna cut it off and decide what to do with it later. Fitting this up, you can see there's definitely way different proportions in the two vehicles, so as usual, I'm taking baby steps. Just fit it up, cut away, keep working it until it feels right. That's a great looking truck. Look at that. Nose is starting to look good, you know, small step in the right direction. Stick it on there and see what happens. Ha! Better than it were. There's your trace line. This is the simplest template ever. That's all it comes down to, you know. Use your part and trace it. No measuring needed. It's all just a rough layout, but that's the best starting point I can think of. Not too shabby. There may be a more scientific way to do this, but hey, whatever gets the job done. We just look right to here, and we see that there's a difference of 2 inches. I'm measuring the nose to the nose. It's a 2-inch offset. It's a piece of 2-inch steel. That there is your contour. I guess this whole style of metal forming, I use the word style loosely. This technique is purely by necessity. Having nothing, you figure out how to do something. Like a glove. Another couple trims, we're in the game. I throw a few tacks on the rear of the hood just to keep everything in place while the rest of the fit up begins. So it looks pretty good to me. This truck it's just different. You know, this bulge, the pronounced bulge is supposed to be up here, not down here. So as much as it does line up, I'm just concerned that it's gonna be like a muffin top. Each problem requires a unique solution. Fortunately, I have years and years of just winging it under my belt. And I got some techniques. It's like the crane technique in Karate Kid. No can defend. If you hit a piece of sheet metal, especially one that's stressed in the shape, it's stamped. So if you just whack it with a hammer, you're prone to denting it. So using slow, steady, somewhat soft pressure, the proof's in the pudding. Nobody talked to the boss. This was a very technical operation. I had the sheet metal brake, the shrinker, the stretcher. I had a shop full of stuff. I utilize it all. All right, that's gonna work. What I discovered is that it actually works better upside down, and on the flip side, instead of adding this big bulge on top of the bulge, I reversed it so the flatter side is meeting the top. The advantage to these hood sides is that they match the contour of the truck cowl. They're already curved, it's just a slight mod. Simple as it appears, they are stretched in 2 directions. It's more of a bowl shape than just a roll. Now looking down the lane, totally works. That's the right call. Look at that. So it's just like a little right there instead of going over up top. So the old upside down and flip it around technique. That totally works. It's hard when there's holes in things. You can't judge the surface area, but that looks like a Zephyr truck, for sure. Like a cab over truck or a big truck will always have a bigger nose, and it does. Everybody in the car world loves the statement, yeah, you won't even know what changes have been made until you park it right next to another one of the same model. And that's the real cool factor of this. When you look at it, it's like, oh, wow, that's interesting. You know, what did they do? Park that next to another 39 Zephyr, and you're gonna know exactly what the heck happened. I'm gonna keep this fab up, patch in the other sides, get those rear areas where it meets the cowl put together, and that's that. I'm excited to see what Victor has to say about this. You know, there's been a ton of work since he last saw it, and you know, I think he's gonna be more than a little surprised. 3 easy steps, just like it always is. Looks like Victor is soaking up all of my ideas. I've just got one more big one to pitch. So the thing is, with this door and fender issue, the door is just not gonna open, you know? Becomes like one of those old Chevy fleet lines or something.
Yeah.
It's in the way of the door, 100%. I'd like to seal these doors up completely. just like I sealed the hood. You want a boat, right? You ever seen a boat with doors in it?
Not yet.
Yeah. We can't shorten the look of the front fenders. That's the character of the whole thing. Unfortunate result of that is that the doors won't open, and the doors do look a little bit small in proportion to the whole side wall of the vehicle, so why not just delete them?
Then how do I get in this thing?
Like a boat. How else? You enter through the center. You walk right at, look. There is no doors, it's a boat. You just step right in, right? You come up, this is your walkway. What's more natural than that? So you get in the boat, right? This is open. You hop in, bring up the anchor, and you go cruising. You're calling it the cruise liner, it's gotta be a boat all the way through.
Now every vehicle I ever had doors. No doors, now we're getting into a whole different
uncharted
perspective
territory
here.
I like stuff that's completely ridiculous. Let's be blunt. I vote we seal up the doors completely and walk in through the back door. Pretty wild, even for Victor and I.
That's it. Huh?
Like this.
You got
it's
it
perfect.
right there.
It feels
The
natural.
Titanic.
Something like that. It feels very natural.
See, I mean,
perfect.
it even looks like a boat. That's it. Okay, hey, Zephyr Cruise Liner, eliminate the door, make the entry in the back. Hey, can we make this thing float while we're at it?
Anything's possible, man. We'll go sailing. He's falling right in line. I got him. I got him hooked.
Will we do that, then we need a boat windshield if you're going that crazy. That's a brilliant idea. We have to cut this out, start from the front here where it lifts up right here and angle it back with a windshield.
The great thing about Victor is that he rolls with the punches. If I had to sell this crazy concept to another client, probably have different results. He hears the concept, he starts thinking, which is a great thing. He's always looking to further the wildness. I like that idea a lot because this is the only thing identifiable as a Chevy pickup at this point. So you lost the doors, you lost the fenders. I say nix the dash as well.
I'm in, let's do it.
There's something to be said for inspiration, Strike while the iron's hot. I want to get this windshield off while Victor's inspiration is hot. I know you're a man of commitment, so if you got a little time, let's take this thing off. You can take this back to your place and have them start the body work on that for the new picture frame.
That would be one heck of a commitment on my part, huh? That way I can't go back on my word.
That's exactly right. This is how I live. No moderation. Go over the edge, jump off the cliff, figure it out. Aha! It's a boy. Look at that.
Look at Ian.
You got a new belt buckle. We are going full boat on this. I'm getting the captain's hat. We're setting sail. Look how sleek it looks.
That's pretty interesting. What are we doing?
With Victor fully committed, I got the doors sealed up. Finished the hood and added a custom panel to bring it all together. Then we went straight into a mock-up for the boat windshield. When people see a finished car at a car show, they really have no idea at what type of conversation it's taken to get there. It's like a laser level. It'll be perfect. So that's the thing, I understand you want it to be a windshield, but from my eye level, it wouldn't bother me if it was down 2 inches.
Don't stretch your neck out. All right, so we're there, so. All right, that's it then.
This is just the temporary, the working template for this process. Nothing says boat windshield like a polished top rail. And it rigidizes it too.
Yeah, look at that.
Totally cool. The whole plan here is revamping the entire inside of this vehicle. Now, Victor's concept always revolved around this thing being a people mover, so that's the challenge, He wants 6 or 7 people in the back of this thing, and it's gotta look cool, so the stakes are fairly high. First step here is removal. Out with the old to make room for the new. Normally when you're cutting out a major structure like this, there would be a lot of concerns. You'd have to do a bunch of bracing, but with the doors being welded shut and the nose being in one piece, it's gonna be okay. Trust me. This thing is cleared out. It's definitely a walk-through design. First step is to set up a big old straight edge and draw a line in space. I mean, on the truck. Victor's concept from the start with this thing was all about the back of the truck. We came up with some pretty cool concepts for the nose of this thing. It's got to translate right out the back end. I just try to keep the momentum rolling. Aha! So that looks good to me. I mean, there's plenty of room in the tire at that height. That's the seat height. And that's the floor height. You don't want to be sitting much lower than that. See what I'm saying? We're just gonna have to carry small people in the back. I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead to work through any potential problems before they happen. Let me lay this out on a couple little stands right here, and then we'll see where we're at. Because I don't know if I like what I see. The whole thing is, how high up do we want this seat bottom? I've worked with Victor for so long, I can just about picture his exact response. Ian, what's up? Wow, you made a lot of progress. You know, I like it, but I just want to see that corner rounded, and it's a keeper. I told you I was going to say that. I found this piece of round ring laying around, so I put it in the roller just to get the radius I need. So that'll work. That'll take that hard edge off. Bink. That'll go there, that'll go there.
Ian, how's it going?
Hey, hey.
Wow. You know what? It looks better than I thought it was gonna look.
It's like deja vu in this room.
But
What?
that's perfect. So we have how much seating area?
About 17, 18, depending on where you
perfect. You got it, you nailed it.
sit. I love standing behind it and looking right through to the firewall. I made that mention earlier. It's like these rails are a trajectory going right into the engine. It's cool. We still have a ton of design work to do on the rear, but before we do that, I want to nail this side profile.
Check this out. I got some new tires and wheels. It's not exactly what I want, but I got 2 out of 3 elements.
What are you doing, building another supercar? Victor rolls in this set of tires, and these aren't exactly what I was expecting.
I got the width and I got the depth.
Victor's style is fairly predictable. It's always big, fat, white wall tires. Not this time. What is this, 12 inches wide? 315, 35, 20.
That look isn't going with this Zephyr, you know, cruise liner look. The basic concept is there. We do our little modification. I mean, what don't we change? I mean, if we're changing the vehicle, might as well adjust the rims a little.
Of course, we're gonna modify the rims. You know, normally you just buy the exact style you're looking for, but not us. Just the classic look of this, I mean, this style, I mean, this fits the rig perfectly. So, I mean, just imagine, you know, just for conversation, imagine something similar to that.
That's it exactly right there.
The rim modification, just like anything else, we're going to make a few minor enhancements.
It's gonna be like, wow.
You know, he loves the idea of the big diameter rims, and I love the idea of that mega offset. Little rim modification is in order, but we got 2 great things coming out of this set. Just like with the front fenders, they're so wide, we need to match that with the rear. You know, we need to puff these rear fenders way out, and this is gonna fill that up for sure.
Are these both gonna fit on there? They're not gonna like rub in the middle?
I don't know.
Because I don't know if we got enough space in here.
Yeah, those tires, I like them, but they're massive. They're never gonna fit in those fenders.
Now we gotta modify that too. Can we just bring something in and just put it on the truck someday?
As ambitious as Victor is, you know, I gotta say, he keeps me busy, right? So anything goes all the time.
If those don't fit, we're going to single axle like normal human beings.
You're copping out, man. You're getting nervous. You're getting nervous in the clutch inning. I don't know why we always gotta do it the hard way. You ever see on those other car shows where they have this thing they take the tires off with? It takes 5 seconds to take off a tire on those other TV shows. Some projects simply consist of adding elements onto the design, and this project is in the opposite direction. We have been cutting apart everything just to create this blank slate and then build on top of it. That's a massive hole in the truck. Takes a bit of mental fortitude. Mission accomplished. Whoa. My highest aspiration is to always build like the cartoon car, right? Something that just looks out of this world. This wheel and tire combo nails it.
Who in their right mind would put two 20s next to each other? I don't know, it looks pretty interesting. I like it.
I gotta see it with that front tire on. Hot rod flavor, big and little tires. You hear it all the time. Victor did the same thing. Front 2 tires are a little bit smaller than the back. Whoa, yes. Look at the freaking lip on that thing.
That thing's pretty mean looking.
Right now it looks a little up and down and weird, but hey, some of us are a little up and down and weird. Just like everything, made a paper template, made a steel piece, and this is gonna fill that whole wall in one shot. I was thinking, how am I gonna make this skirt in one piece so that it doesn't deform? And I remember we have all this extra plastic. Dig on this. You know, every time you put up a paper or any other material to make a template, you're always wondering what's going on the other side. Now we know. I can see what the fender line actually is and then come in with a number of different ideas that are see-through. I tell you, the best job I ever had. In the last part of these fenders mocked up, I got everything in place. I love the way we curved the front of that one.
I mean, look at the way that flows. Zephyr.
Yeah.
Zephyr. That came out nice.
The one thing we have to discuss is what the wheel opening is going to look like. You know, that's what these big slabs are for. I was just setting up a big generic shape so I don't warp it. We'll just trace this out, and then I'll come underneath with a heavy steel rod and reinforce it.
Can we take that cardboard out so we can literally see the tires so we know where we're going to?
Do you want to see the tires? I'm going to show you the greatest template idea in the history of car building. So all of a sudden you have a see-through car.
All right, cool.
You can see the tires and you know where you're going.
That's an expensive template. That's about 80 bucks worth of Lexan there.
I know. The thing about the see-through template is that typically if you see me, I'm feeling out contours and just kind of sketching ideas. Right here, it's visual. You're looking right at your part.
I want to mimic that same kick in all the way down to here, so it's round.
So now we weld the steel in and we screw this right on top of it. We have a good starting point for the skirts. We just have to attach the sheet metal to the truck and mark it with the template. All right, so this is the point where I say, any last wishes? It's easy to get carried away on this fender skirt concept, so we're throwing a bunch of tape lines to ensure we get the right line. You just don't want to cut too much. You know, this solid rod gets tacked right below it, so when it comes in here to the curve, it'll flow it right through.
From back here, look at that thing. Now there's depth in the fender.
Wow, that's cool. This fender skirt in place, I'll duplicate it on the other side. I'll finish it off with a piece of rod, and then these things are just about ready for body work. My job is done here.
Yeah, no, it looks good. That really came out nice. The only thing left to figure out is the back, and you could do that. You have point A, point B. You get that, round it off. That one's an easy one.
The front and side of this cruise liner concept, I think we nailed it. The real thing to sell the whole concept is going to be the entryway, the back end. It's got to count. While I've been finishing up this handrail detail, Victor's got his crew on the mission. Bodywork guys are in progress. He's got his upholstery guy, and then the mechanics are in another shop getting the engine, transmission, etc. ready for assembly. Victor wants to drive this thing at a car show in a couple weeks, so it's all hands on deck. Your interior guys are busting it out, man. Every time I leave here, more happens. This is looking good.
Yeah, we're getting really close. Yeah. Roger's doing a good job.
It's simple, it's clean, it's ready to rock.
We just need a railing to keep my people in.
Oh, I got that covered, man. You don't know. I'm busy too.
Wow.
It's aluminum tubing, just like we were talking. Finished off, welded, all the seams, nice.
That really came out cool.
Yeah. They're at 80 grit finish now, but if you want to polish them, it's aluminum. You can go for it.
All aluminum. That's cool, and it fits right in there, huh?
And the whole thing was like we were talking about. We didn't want it to look like a handicapped bathroom or something, right? So it's got some style.
Yeah, I mean, look at that quality. That's amazing.
When Victor likes something, it's right away. You know, he's not wishy-washy about some things. This was one of them. Yeah, and the cool factor is in a pile of scrap, I don't know what these are for, a gazebo or something. Look at that fit up. Right to it.
Wow.
See, we got
so
a threaded.
that's how it attach on that side.
Got a threaded hole, because aluminum we can't weld to the steel, so we got a steel receiver, and then we just drop it whatever distance you're thinking.
Let me stand back and look at that. That same arch is the same arch here, so we're going down, all my lines are flowing.
Putting it on there, you know, I feel like it's gonna work, but in reality, it's all about positioning. As soon as you start putting stuff parallel, you can tell when it's a little off.
Yeah, that's about right there. That'll look good.
So let's start by taking 4 inches out of this riser. That way it's planted on the ground and we'll clamp it.
All right, good. So what were those out of?
I don't know, you had all this equipment over there and I just unhooked them.
Shoot, I hope it's not for one of my scaffolding.
Victor was definitely thrilled. He's like, wow, this is a perfect fit. But then the more he starts looking at it, he's like, wait a second.
What I sacrificed for the build, that's getting ridiculous now.
You said do whatever you like over there, so. Scout's honor. I found them in the scrap pile. They're part of the truck now. 4 inches off.
I'm gonna hear it from my boys next week, like, hey.
Blame it on me.
Where are them legs at? I said, what legs?
One of the issues we're struggling with is we don't want it to look just stuck on, like, oh, put it in place and forget it. It's kind of a hard fit because the back of the vehicle's curved, but this handrail's coming straight up. There's no way around it. So this critical issue needs about 4 eyeballs on it because we're only gonna do this once.
All right, let's see. Just a little bit more that way. Actually, a little less, like a milligram. And that could go that way a little. Hold on right there. Well, actually, wait a minute, you know what? It might be okay. Let me look at the bars coming up. Yeah, this one has to go straight with the seats, so it just gotta go over about 1 inch or so.
Once we got the second one in, that's what it's all about. You know, this seals the deal.
Now it looks like a boat. What's your problem?
Victor's happy with it. I'm really happy with it because you're really seeing off the interior. You know, these pillars that hold it up will be completely hidden with the fabric, so it'll just look like a perfect aluminum shape coming through the floorboards and disappearing into the seat ends. And then when you get here, oh man, that is right on the spot. It's like a chiropractic chair. Love it. If you know me, you know that I am off the grid. Don't answer the phone, got no mailing address to the public.
Now I'm getting your mail to my doorstep from Australia.
Somehow they still track me down. I don't know how they tracked you down. Nobody can track me down, man. Whoa, look at that.
Hey, and you look good in that, man. You should be in movies.
It's gonna be a tough break from my old straw hat, man. This is classy, though.
Talking about your new look, I got a new look for the truck.
Hey, now that you're in such a good mood, I've got one more change. Again? Yes, that's the case.
After looking at it and seeing it come together, the window we originally chose that looks like a boat, I'm not feeling it that much anymore.
He comes barging through the door with the old windshield that was on the truck.
Remember this? Check this out. But that's not the look I see. You cut this, weld this in, and I see it just like that.
My first reaction is, Victor, you're chickening out. We're on a boat, damn it. You know, the thing is, that makes it more look like a vehicle. This boat windshield, it just kind of didn't feel right. It looked awesome, but the way the rest of the vehicle is fleshing out with the fenders, etc., it fits with the era of the vehicle, you know? Okay, fine, we got the whole boat theme going on, but all in all, it is this giant bubble-fendered vehicle. Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a lot harder sell, but you're right, this time. In having the comparison, you know, looking at this back on the vehicle, compared to the boat windshield, it fits the bill. It's a little more substantial. This puts the feeling of the vehicle in proportion again.
And this isn't a change, this is an enhancement.
This is a totally last-minute call, right? But yes, it's worth it, whatever it takes. Well, I know you've got your scheduling issues with all the things going on. Let me get this welded in place, and we're on to the detail work.
All right, cool, let's do it.
I feel like this Zephyr cruise liner has made a turn in a great direction. You know, there's a lot more to do, but I think I'm going champagne shopping. This boat is almost ready for the christening. We have finally arrived. West Coast Customs Cruising Nationals. It's on. You could go way overboard with a decision like this and end up with some weird thing with an anchor hanging off it and who knows what. All the choices with this were really ambitious, but it made a couple key decisions that, you know, swung it in our favor. To really add to the boat theme, he pinstriped it to look sort of like a hardwood old school boat, and he went with the proper flooring, it makes it look like a deck. Really just nail this concept, he went and blacked out all the chrome. Really makes the rims stand out even more. The idea with the rims, dynamite. I see people going over there touching them. You see the little moon logo, and then it makes sense.
I kind of do things as a joke. I said, I'm gonna put a Zephyr on a Chevy pickup, just kind of threw it, just a thought came into my mind. And for you to achieve it and put it into proportion, this vehicle looks like it came out of the factory like that. I've already seen a lot of older people saying, oh yeah, Zephyr Cruise Liner, I remember that.
He always has to build something really good to blow everyone's mind. You know, I think that's his whole deal. I mean, look at these guys, they can't get enough of it.
Congratulations on your new baby.
But I retired, I think, this time for at least 3 months.
Give it 48 hours.
Yeah.
We'll see how you feel in the morning. Friday night, it's cruise night, the vehicles are driving. All of a sudden, Gene Winfield is like the barker, right? He's like, step right up, ladies. The cruise liner is about to leave port.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Hello, Victor.
Watch your toes.
Victor is all smiles, he's all for it.
All right, Ian, get in.
There's too many people in here. I don't agree with this. Call the Coast Guard. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. This is exactly what Victor wanted, a party on wheels. Max capacity, and we're about to set sail. People are yelling. Hector, nice ride. Ian, what's up? I'll just be below the decks. Last year, I was inducted into the West Coast Customs Hall of Fame. This is round 2 for the meet and greet session.
Ian, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Enjoy your shows, man.
Thanks.
Ian,
How's it going?
Big fan.
Good to see you.
Excellent
Glad you
work.
like it. Thank you. I gotta tell you, the most satisfying thing about this, this TV thing, is people watch it all the time. It's like a lot of people watch it. I did not expect that. Cool. Look at that, man. See this guy? We're like old friends. He was the guy making this years ago, back when I had a cool mustache. Cool stroller, man. The most inspiring thing with working with Victor is the no limits attitude. I gotta say, I feel good, man.
Remember when I first showed you this project, Ian? And said, see that front end of that Zephyr? I want it on that Tiki truck, which my brother owned.
That's the whole thing, dude. Every time I'm sitting in here, I'm thinking about Manny and his passion for this vehicle. And here we are, dude. It's happening. Victor is all smiles. It's a tribute to his brother. It was their project, their collaboration for a long time. Here it is revamped. All it took was 2 extra tires. All these vehicles out here, they have 4 tires.
Yeah.
You got them up by 2, baby.
I got them all.
Oh, watch out. Here comes the riffraff.
Get in, Jane.
I love it. It's the best one you ever did.
To see Gene responding to this, it's like, whoa, here's the big dog in the house. And he's like, wow, man, this thing is really cool. Like, I don't just say that about everything type of thing. That's why I jumped on board. You guys nailed this.